The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Gallup, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
On every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 39-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Ball carrier.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. For a right side here, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
3 yards on the play. First down, Colts.
Geno Smith, his first carry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Second down. It's Taylor. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Dancing to it, and he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
That's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on third down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Looks right. 10 for touchdown. New Orleans. Michael Thomas. 82 yards. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. They had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
At their own 25-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with a second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And his kick is right through.
Makes the score Saints 21. Colts.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call out a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and...
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Another first down at the Colts' 38-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another another first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
3rd down.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Flushed out, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. That one goes for 8 yards.
Indianapolis.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
The Saints take over.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that.
And heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back in the back 7, phenomenal.
Brings up 2nd and...
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll try the left side. Heath. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A solid Pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
2-yard line.
Take him home. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Now he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Saints 35, Colts 17. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The ball comes out and they hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the This is a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Brandon Cooks. Incomplete. Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This officially a 55-yard attempt. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Taylor. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. On play action, they'll throw. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they certainly gave it an attempt. They had a diminutive receiver like this running through the land of giants in the middle of the field, but they couldn't find enough room to get him the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw. It's out. It's loose. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
All the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That one up.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit. They're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st down, Colts.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 15 yards, picking up the first. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
I mean, they're always hoping on that type of a play that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Well, shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's Brett Kern now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A huge play that time for the Colts. 41 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
2-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And goal at the 3-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, he tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. Allen Robinson, 72 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. You know, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a first down throw complete downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A loss of a yard brings up second down at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Connor. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break up a big run to help yourself out on the next down. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Out of the gun now on third down. And now here's another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just this scene.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Ball carrier.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And my goodness, another interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Brings up 2nd.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Today's final score, Saints 55.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the